All right, now let's talk about the homeless crisis in Oregon. Today, Governor Tina Kotek gave an update on progress and her future plans to address the crisis. As far as what's been done so far with Kotek in office, a bit of a mixed bag, but there is some progress to report. Blair Best was in Salem today at the news conference. She joins me in the studio. Blair, this is the first time we've heard from the governor about homelessness in quite a while.
Yeah, that's right. And we all know that homelessness has been a top priority for the governor since she took office. She declared a homelessness state of emergency on her first day as governor and then extended that state of emergency indefinitely back in January. Today, she released an online dashboard, and here's what that looks like. Under the governor's emergency initiative between January and June of this year, nearly 3,000 people were prevented from sleeping on the streets and more than 500 people have been housed, including 72 here in Multnomah County. The goal for Multnomah County was 100. Now, the data also shows, and here's where it gets interesting, that no one was housed in several counties under this initiative, including Clackamas and Washington. And here's what the governor had to say about that.
We are reassessing on a regular basis with all of our communities to hit their goals. They have goals for the end of the biennium, and we're going to do everything to do to help them and make sure they understand they need to hit those goals.
Now, the governor today also talked of goals she's hoping to hit by the end of next year. And here are the major takeaways of that. 1,700 new shelter beds will open across Oregon. More than 2,000 people will get off the streets. 24,000 people will be prevented from becoming homeless. And nearly 3,000 new affordable housing units will open.
Those numbers are real numbers. Those are real people's lives. That is how government is coming together from top to bottom to make progress here in Oregon. This is not a victory lap. This is not a mission accomplished moment. This is a progress point.
All right, so good that you were able to talk to the governor and she's able to tout some of her success. What about, did she talk about the camping ban, especially in light of the Supreme Court ruling involving Grants Pass?
She did, and obviously we have covered that extensively here in Portland. Mayor Ted Wheeler has even called on the governor in the past, asking her to change that state law that requires cities like Portland to only remove camps when there's available shelter. Mayor Wheeler has said in the past that that is making it difficult for Portland to clean up our streets. And today, Governor Kotek said she would listen to proposals for maybe changing that state law.
If people want to come to the legislature and have conversations about changing the law, I will certainly review those. I think people need to say what they want to change before I can have any kind of reaction to it.
Now, I also asked the governor today about tent and tarp distribution. Some Portland officials have tried to limit those harm reduction efforts in the past, while many homeless people have said those supplies are crucial to surviving on the streets.
Briefly back to tents and tarps, you mentioned that you approve of them being handed out during extreme weather. Do you approve of taxpayer dollars being spent on tent and tarps handed out any time of the year?
I support keeping people alive.
And you believe tents and tarps keep people alive?
Sometimes that's what people need. The ultimate goal is not the tent and tarp. That is a mechanism to get folks. You build a relationship like, are you safe and secure today? Great, let's get you into a shelter. Are you in a shelter? Are you ready for stability? Let's get you into housing. This is a continuum conversation. I think where we go wrong if we only think it is about the tent and tarp. That is the beginning part of getting folks into stability, and that is really a local decision, depending on what. I would rather have folks have the outreach to get folks in the shelter.
Okay, so basically, yes, she does approve of spending taxpayer dollars to hand out tents and tarps to homeless people. And here in Multnomah County, that's 700,000 taxpayer dollars that are in this year's budget for those harm reduction supplies. And from my time on the streets, I do hear from homeless people that they are life-saving. They give them a sense of home. That is until the city goes and removes those same supplies, also using taxpayer dollars. I've also seen firsthand many people use the tents to, use drugs and other illegal, dangerous behavior.
Sure, and a lot of fires come from those tents and tarps too, and people get hurt, and it's all kinds of property issues. Complicated situation.
Very controversial.
Yeah, all right, thanks Blair, great update, appreciate it.